Welcome back, everybody. This is Josh here with Basement Level Magic, and we are on the draw. Looks like we did lose the die roll, but we have a hand that's worth keeping. If we had a forest instead of this plains, we would absolutely be happy with this. Instead, we're happy anyway. Get our Calestra Healer online. Into a McKindy Patrol is the plan. And so we are playing against blue-white, which was the deck that I was really hoping to get into starting out there. Play a swamp, get the patrol on. Sheer Drop having the Awaken is definitely going to be important to us, I think. Ooh, Serene Steward. That would have been a great card for us. So we'll do the Core Cascade, making sure that we get our Vigilance with our McKindy Patrol. Yeah, the Serene Steward is one of the cards that you really want to build with in the black-white ally deck. Okay, so Windrider Patrol, I am assuming that he'll attack next turn, and we'll hopefully be able to kill it with our Sheer Drop with Awaken next turn. I did play the Forest there because it's more important to me to be able to play the Warcaller on time if we get a chance to. Okay, and he's gonna target him, the Steward. Oh, actually, he doesn't have the mana to do the 1/1. Sheer Drop is going to be pretty impressive here, I think. I sure hope, at least. Alright, and our opponent put one on the bottom and one on the top. And the good thing is, if he attacks in with the Angel of Renewal, we will be able to repeat the Sheer Drop Awaken play. Kozilek's Channeler. Trying to think whether I think I'm okay with turning another swamp into a creature here. And then next turn having Royal's Retribution up is probably going to be important for if he decides to possibly attack with the Channeler. Ooh, okay, Quarantine Field. So right now we have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we could actually exile all of his cards. And then start attacking for 6 a turn. That seems to be pretty good. Okay, Gideon's Reproach. Huh. So he went after the one that gives vigilance. I'm a little surprised because I usually feel like the healer is the most important one. But I suppose he made it so that we don't have vigilance with our lands this turn. And we can actually pump our guys here even. Uh-oh. Ah, stasis snare, okay. Alright, sweet. It all came together. All it took was our pack one, pick one mythic to make it work. Alright, that worked out pretty good there. So we are going against a blue-white deck. I do think that we'll want the flyer from Shadow Glider. He's definitely got some decent cards. Actually, Shadow Glider is just going to lose to most of his stuff. Plummet is certainly a card that I want to bring in. Otherwise, we could look to something like Scour from Existence. Gotta look at cards to pull out. I think the Cliffside Lookout is just not strong enough. We do have Smite the Monstrous, Sheer Drop, Quarantine Field, so we've got a decent amount of ways to remove his stuff. Undo Greathorn might actually be pretty strong in this. If only it were a Beast ally, I'd love to. It was pretty tough seeing if we get double green there. I think with us up one game right now, I'm okay with trying this again. But against blue-white, you definitely usually want to bring in your additional flyer hate cards. This is a awkward hand. I'm going to go ahead and mulligan it. And this is worse, but we've got lands. Do we want the Quarantine Field? I think we generally always want Quarantine Field, right? Alright, so play out our land that comes into play tapped in case we draw something worthwhile. There's the War Caller. Not quite when we want it. We just need to make sure that we hit another forest, and we'll be happy to have it, though. Hopefully we'll be able to draw some creatures here to give us some kind of board state. Otherwise, I'll probably look to do Sheer Drop on the Glider next turn unless he does something remarkable. Oh, he actually wrote that he watched our YouTube channel. Sweet. Alright, so combat phase. Unfortunately, with how slow this hand started out, we really had nothing to do here. Turns 1, 2, and 3. All right, so another plains. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and play this sheer drop. Quarantine Field is just a bigger blowout later in game. Alright, so looks like our opponent is kind of like us. Probably either very reactive hand or just nothing to do. Okay. And we do have a way to deal with that. I was hoping not to have to use Quarantine Field on a 1-for-1. But against that card, I think we have to. Okay, Angel of Renewal. Maybe I should have waited with the Quarantine Field. I could have ended up taking out both of his flyers. But we're just getting nothing right now. I mean, we do have some life gain in this deck, so even if we take some hits, we'll be able to withstand them. We do have multiple sheer drops as well, so if we need to do one of those with Awaken. Alright, not that time, but... So you have a Spell Shrivel. Hopefully not. Ooh, Scatter to the Winds with Awaken. That is a beating. I am just going to hold up Lithomancer's Focus, see if we can hopefully kill his island. Definitely wish I would have held off on the Quarantine Field. I just did not want him to be able to scry and do damage with his flyer. If I knew in his hand that he had another... that Magic Online is full of pop-ups this week, it appears. It's telling me that my league is about to finish, but the thing is I had already finished it. Alright, give me a non-land, please. I think sheer drop's about as good as we can get. Good as we can ask for right now. And that is definitely not that. So I would say we are headed for a match, or a game 3 here. So we're going to take 5 damage, or 7 damage, down to 4. I don't know. Even a sheer drop here isn't going to do enough, I don't think. Yeah, so we are dead. Alright. So we definitely want to keep the plummet in. We've got Royal's Retribution, Sheer Drop, Quarantine Field, Smite the Monsters. We still have, I mean, we have lots of removal spells here. We could just look to possibly go a little bit faster, but unfortunately with bringing in the 1/1s, I don't think is going to speed it up quite enough to make it matter. We could bring in Shadow Glider just to have something to possibly trade with. I'm actually really tempted to do the Encircling Fissure. You know, he's playing a lot of huge drops, so chances of us getting to Awaken are really high. And he's got those flyers that are difficult for us to deal with. So let's take out another one of the stalwarts and bring in the Encircling Fissure. Ooh, okay. I probably should have been on the draw there, I think. This hand looks decent. If we don't draw a land, it's going to be really tough for us, though. I think we got a mulligan. Alright, this is a little bit better for us. We at least have the ability to play our turn 2 card, and we'll take the land, any land we can get right now. I did the mulligan as much for the scry as anything. Okay, so he's got some life gain. We'll just go ahead and pass the turn. Neither of us have good attacks right now. Well, that changes. Alright, so 2 sheer drops, Royal's Retribution, Quarantine Field. All we need now is... we need some lands. You know, 1 land will allow us to do the Royal's Retribution next turn. We can definitely take the hit. If we have to, we can sheer drop right now as well. Being 1 away from being able to awaken and sheer drop, I think, is more important to me. Especially with him having a 1/3 and a 0/6. Those are going to be difficult cards for us to deal with. God, sheer drop would be insane if it were instant speed. Actually, we'll see if he does some kind of pump spell. And he is not. Okay, so an Arcana Assassin is definitely a card that we are happy to see here. It's another ally. It has Death Touch. He could be holding up Gideon's Reproach, but he's been missing land drops. Alright, so and he's been hitting just plains. Hedron Archive is fine for us. Yeah, getting the second Cholesterol Healer online is definitely important. I could see him possibly having like the Angel of Renewal now. If he has it in his hand, he's able to cast it. He's at 6 mana. Luckily for us, he doesn't have his blue mana yet. Ghostly Sentinel is decent. Of course, we can't take it out with Sheer Drop, unfortunately. A darn Vigilance. Here, just keep playing allies. And then we can attack in with our Death Touch. I would think he'll block with some, oh, he didn't block this time. I thought maybe that was going to be the step where he would. Alright, so he does have some blue mana this time. Alright, so Sheer Drop. He's going to be able to attack in here. Hopefully we can hit a land and get our own Sheer Drop with Awaken. We do. And there's no profitable attacks for us, so we'll just wait. At this time, we could Quarantine Field for 2. I'd rather hold off. No attacks, or no blocks needed at this time. Ooh, something big. Another Sheer Drop, okay. Between the two decks, we must have all the Sheer Drops in the world, it looks. Four Sheer Drops for Awaken. I feel we've ended up a little bit better because he was having some mana issues already. Okay, Benthic Infiltrator. So we could just go ahead and do Quarantine Field on his Ghostly Sentinel and probably his Hedron Archive. I'd like to keep him off mana more importantly than getting rid of the Infiltrator. But right now we are 1 land away from being able to exile 3 pieces. Let's go ahead and attack in. He does have that wall, so we're not going to be able to do much. But if he blocks wrong, then we'll be in a decent spot. Unfortunately, he doesn't. I'm just going to hold off. If we draw a land next turn, this Quarantine Field is going to be insane. Also, just just getting an ally is going to be important. Ooh, Ugin's Insight. That's a good card. Scry 5. Draw 3. Alright, so you win bottom, 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 top. And so we'll see what he exiles. So exiles the plains. That's kind of what we needed there. Alright, Core Entanglers. That card would at least gain us 2 life. He's going to be able to attack in for 4 once again, though. But we could tap his Fortified Rampart. Unfortunately, if we attack in with the Swamp, he can block with the Serene Steward and the Stonehaven, killing ours, and we only take out probably the Steward. Don't think that that's worth it. Gosh, man, it's actually getting that Plains would have been really important. I just want to get a little bit of life gain, honestly, here. I guess we do have a first strike now, though, too. So I think I'm going to attack in with the Swamp. Because even if he double blocks, we will be able to kill one of his guys before they can attack. Alright, down to 12. You have to assume that he's going to attack with the Sentinel and the Infiltrator. He's got plenty of mana now. Even if we draw like a Plummet, that'll be pretty good for us. Yeah, these flyers are just not good for our deck. So he's going to attack for 5 now. And we do have to watch. He's got a great combo between Serene Steward and Stonehaven Medic. I don't think we're going to be able to not do Quarantine Field this next turn. We pretty much have to, no matter what. Got to get rid of those flyers. Okay, the War Caller's fine, but it's definitely not doing what we need to right now. Alright, so I think we just go after the 2 flyers. Yeah. And we could attack with the Core Entanglers, but that's not going to do anything. Yeah, I think we just hold back so that he can't have profitable attacks. That Infiltrator is going to kill us right now, though. Oh, no. Because he actually can't... he doesn't have enough mana to make it a 3-4. Or 3 whatever. So he'll be able to make it a 2/5. Which means that if we don't get a removal spell, we'll just die. Oh, and he had exiled one of our forests, so that's really unfortunate since we only have 2 more in the deck. Oh, Plummet. But Plummet wasn't going to do us any good right now. Well, till this? Yep. Those are some really, really good exiles there. Alright, that is going to kill us. Alright, well that was a pretty close one. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. This is Josh here with Basement Level Magic. If you enjoy these, please make sure to hit that subscribe button and like button. I'll see you in round 2. Definitely could have done a little bit better there, but you know, we were decent. Thank you, everybody. We'll see you next time.